We're starting to get these headlines rolling in. We're starting to hear the actual figures that Europe is planning on doing when it comes to tariffs and EVs from China. 17.4%, a 20% tariff on Geely EV imports from China. Again, these numbers are all around 20%. They are slowly trickling in this morning. What difference does it make? How big of a blow is this to China? And do they need to respond? Will there be retaliation?
Well, just for context here, that standard baseline is around 10%. We were thinking or wondering if we could see something on the higher end, 25 to 30. So 20% might in itself be something that's a little bit, or seen a little bit more modest, as more modest. But certainly any kind of tariff is going to be a blow to Beijing. The EV sector is one of the fundamental parts of how Beijing is remodeling its economy. It's one of the so-called new three drivers of growth that are in some ways intended to make up that shortfall from the property decline that we've seen really continue to hit and continue to hurt the Chinese economy for years now. So certainly is a blow. The EU is arguably the most important EV export market for China. There are ways that it can possibly get around. So we have seen, for example, this promise of a BYD factory in Hungary. We know there's another cherry factory going to be placed in Spain. And that is one way, for example, where Chinese companies can go into Europe, access the European Union directly, create jobs on the ground, help the local economy. We might see some sort of response in that sort of way as well. Remains to be seen, I think, if we see a tit for tat. Li Qiang, President Xi Jinping, the Chinese officials have made a big effort here trying to sell the European Union and individual European nations on this idea that they want to keep trade lines open. And the sort of punitive sort of retaliatory measures that we've seen so far have actually been relatively modest when it comes to the EU.